Welcome back to another episode of TV Show in Space. How are we all feeling?
Spacey.
Spacey. Couple of things. This is our first episode post FanX. I got to meet Jake in person, finally. That was so much fun.
Was that the first time you guys have met? Oh,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, met him in person. And then we hung out at the con for 3 days, and we did Star Trek panels, and we watched William Shatner ramble for an hour on stage. I had the time of my life. It was the best hour of my life.
It was pretty epic. I'm not gonna lie. About Shatner talking about that time he shat himself.
The Shat Man himself talks about the time he pooped himself on stage, and apparently there's a recording of it, and this is my national treasure. I will not rest until I find the video of William Shatner pooping himself on stage.
On Broadway, no less.
On Broadway.
Wow.
And then he tried to explain quantum physics to us, but we were all too stupid to understand. And
He tortured a poor 16-year-old kid who's dressed as Ken in the rollerblade costume.
No.
And asked something like...
he asked a
We should
pretty
go to-
profound question. About space colonization.
Yeah.
And then William Shatner,
For 25 minutes,
why do we go to Mars?
railed against him. And I felt so bad for the kid. Because he kept asking the kid, well,
No,
you
don't
think
move. Don't move. Yeah. But otherwise, great time.
He's like, you got dreams, kid? Too bad.
Crush.
I'm going to crush them.
I tried to warn you guys he's an asshole, but
No, I knew. I was there
I
for
knew.
the bit. I'm not joking when I say it was the best hour of my life, watching this old man yell at the sky.
Well, you sent a picture. I can't remember if it was in our Discord or whether it was. I can't remember where it was. It was you, and there was a picture of the stage, and the caption was "Gampy goes on for an hour" or something like that. Something along those lines. I loved it.
Oh, it was the best. But then, getting to talk about Star Trek with a bunch of other Star Trek like-minded friends. Maybe you're new. I talked about the podcast to a lot of people, so
good.
if you're new here, thank you for joining us. Hey, we also have an email address now.
Wow.
Nice.
We're like grown-ups.
When I was growing up, my house was the last house on the street to get a DVD player because my dad would... Well, we only got a DVD player because the TV studio started sending DVDs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I mean to say is that's why it took me so long to get an email address, because of who I am as a person.
Okay.
So
All right.
tvshowinspace@gmail.com. Email us. Questions, comments,
All right.
concerns.
Cool.
I also... and this is a brag, but I got recognized for this show on the floor at FanX.
Jake got recognized
For this show,
for this show.
there you go.
Everybody's getting recognized for stuff.
Did you get recognized, Rebecca?
No.
Oh.
You could have, but you consciously avoided the dude that would have recognized
Yeah,
you.
because I need it to happen organically. Jake was like, hey, if you go over here, there's a guy who will probably recognize you for a TV show in space.
You're like, no, it doesn't count.
It doesn't count if it's orchestrated.
You can't force it. You can't force it.
I need it to happen naturally. But yeah, so tvshowinspace@gmail.com.
Any questions? Right?
Questions, comments, concerns. Please just be cool. That's all I
Yeah.
ask. Rule number 1, just be cool.
Are we wrong about a take? Are we right about a take?
Yeah. So far, I have yet to hear anybody disagree with me re-clones. So
That's because you just barely got the email address.
That's right. That's right.
okay, I guess that's true. Well, we have some really interesting episodes to talk about this week on DS9. We are going to be talking about Q-less, Dax, The Passenger, and Move Along Home. You know your girl is so excited to see a Q episode pop up in the lineup.
He is your boyfriend, after all.
He is my boyfriend. Q, the Enterprise D's consistent, omnipotent annoyance, comes to harass the DS9 crew when his traveling companion Vash refuses to travel with Q any longer. So Lieutenant Dax returns from the Gamma Quadrant in her runabout with a woman that Miles O'Brien recognizes as Vash from his time on board the Enterprise. Although the crew is unaware of his presence, Q, a nearly omnipotent prankster as we all know, has also stowed away on the runabout. I don't understand why he needs to stow away. He can just go anywhere. right?
It's because he's the ultimate stalker. He's following Vash.
Yeah, but he can't just pop up anywhere.
Well, he wants to be able to pop up and go, "Ooh, I'm creepy."
I don't think he stowed away.
I don't think he did either. I think he just showed
Yeah.
up after they
yeah.
docked.
Yeah, outside the airlock.
Yep.
Yeah, he just kind of can go anywhere.
Yeah.
During their trip back to Deep Space Nine, the vessel undergoes a series of unusual power drains. So soon after Vash's arrival, the station begins to experience similar power failures to the vessel. Meanwhile, Q appears to Vash, apparently infatuated with her. And although Q transported Vash to the Gamma Quadrant 2 years earlier, now she wants nothing to do with him, much to Q's annoyance.
Can't imagine why.
Could anyone ever get tired of this man? I don't understand it.
He
Bashir.
let her borrow the lipstick, and it was over.
Oh, God. With her forever. Bashir. This fucking guy.
He's terrible.
Asks Vash out for dinner, punching way above his weight class.
Have you not noticed? That's his MO. Any girl that he thinks is remotely attractive, anything above a 6, he's just like,
Above a
you want to go out? Come on.
But this is young, like teenage Julian.
Yeah.
In a few years, he'll start to grow into his handsomeness, and you will find him irresistible.
He better.
Remains to be seen, is what Rebecca
Yeah.
is thinking, yes.
Yeah. A jealous Q uses his powers to make Bashir fall asleep. That's his plan. Just go to sleep, little man.
That's what our effects budget will allow. Go to sleep.
Meanwhile, Quark arranges to auction off items Vash found in the Gamma Quadrant, including an unusual crystal that might fetch a huge price. Did you guys see that bag she was carrying? And how much stuff was in that
There's
bag?
a lot of stuff in there,
Rucksack.
It's a lot.
Loaded.
and not very fashionable. I expect more from her.
Nah, she's an archaeologist. She doesn't care about fashion.
Is she an archaeologist or is she a thief?
She's a grave robber, 100%.
Totally.
Well,
O'Brien-
yeah, let's be real too, though, because like Q is too, when he transforms her into the crone, like, so Vash apparently still has whatever that infection was in her. So Q's like, I'm gonna make you look good. Don't worry about it.
Whoa. So O'Brien spots Q on the station and recognizes him from the Enterprise and warns Commander Sisko, speculating that Q may be responsible for the power drains. When confronted, Q denies any wrongdoing, although he offers no alternative explanation. As the power drains become more severe, the station begins to be pulled towards the nearby wormhole. After a little needling, Q challenges Sisko to a boxing match, and suddenly they are both wearing antique-style boxing costumes.
He's got a mustache.
They do my favorite boxing move. Of
Pugilism. Queensbury rules.
A few punches are thrown by Q, but Sisko is able to block the last punch and knock Q down with a 1-2, shocking Q. Wow, this whole scene felt so out of place.
Really, I enjoyed it because of the payoff line.
Yeah, it was.
Sure.
It was, you punched me. Picard never punched me.
Yes.
I'm not Picard.
And that was 100% the DS9 writers
Yep.
putting a stake in the ground.
Yep.
It's the Wild
Say,
West here.
This is our guy, not your guy. This
Yeah.
is our guy. Yeah.
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 And also, I'd have to point out too that when Q sees O'Brien for the first time and is like, "Do I know you?"
Offense.
Oh, yeah.
Offense.
No, because O'Brien was totally lower decks.
And O'Brien says, "I was on the Enterprise," and Q just snidely says, "Oh yes, one of the little people."
Little people.
We'll talk about it in just a second. So at the auction, Vash's crystal receives bids in excess of 1,000 bars of gold plus platinum. Casually joining the bid process, Q ups the bidding to 2501, 2,501 bars before bidding 1 million. Soon after, the source of the power losses is traced to the crystal itself. Who could have seen this coming? The crystal is quickly beamed into space before it can destroy the station. Once outside, it transforms into an alien life form and travels into the wormhole.
Space Manta Ray.
And then Bashir wakes up from his nap. Okay.
Yeah.
The end. So this episode Q was so mean, you guys.
He's the most petty,
He was
godlike being I think ever.
He was so mean.
he was really being a jerk. I mean, it's clear that he's infatuated with Vash. And
Yeah, why are boys mean to us? Because they like us.
yeah, exactly.
Clearly.
Oh,
Haven't you learned that by
He's
now?
that
give me a
he's-
break.
He's that kind of dude, you know. I mean, yeah.
Pulling your pigtails.
Cared not for it. Cared not for it. John Delancey named this as his least favorite episode of all of the Star Trek episodes he ever appeared in.
Really?
He got punched in the face.
You guys
like
are
it's-
surprised?
I am surprised.
What do you think his least favorite would have been?
Not this one.
There's
I would've thought
one
that
in
he-
Voyager that I would have suspected where it's like
Where,
a civil war.
yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Well, so he felt that Q was depicted as nothing more than a skirt chaser, and that the story's events would have played out exactly the same even if Q had never gotten involved. Which he's not wrong.
He's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
True.
he's totally right.
Okay.
Yeah. In an outtake.
Yeah.
Oh, go
other
on.
than being punched. That's
Yeah. And like, why? Just because he was there?
and that's for Cisco's character development, not his.
Yeah. So, in an outtake from the fight scene between Cisco and Q, John Delancey replied to Avery Brooks's order to bring back the Deep Space Nine inhabitants with an alternate, "Or what? You'll ravish me?" And Delancey starts to laugh and apologizes, and Avery Brooks replies, "I might." And the film crew laughed and applauded.
Ho ho.
Flirty, flirty boys. Yeah, just happy to see my boyfriend. Sad he was so mean.
He's just one of those
What I
days,
like about
you
this, what I like about this episode, kind of behind the scenes, is it really was an attempt for the show to stand on its own. It's almost the completion of the handoff. There's one more episode this season that is a TNG connected one, but Cupid, the episode that it keeps referencing, was written by Ira Stephen Bear, who was the head writer on Deep Space Nine and goes on in a couple of seasons to be the showrunner.
Oh.
And so I like that he oversaw this kind of sequel to his episode, which was significantly better. Let's be real.
You thought this was better than Cupid?
No, I'm saying Cupid was better.
Oh, okay.
Than this one.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Misheard you. Yeah, I was about to throw hands.
Yeah, and Jennifer Hetrick, who plays Vash, former girlfriend of Patrick Stewart.
Really?
For real.
Yep. That had negative consequences for his family back in England.
That could be a problem. Yes.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't English, or
Right.
Right.
No,
I think-
because he was married.
I was going to say. I think when Jake says family, I think that's what-
family as in family he made, not family he came
Yeah.
from.
I do
Okay.
remember reading about this in his memoir.
That's
Yep.
a problem. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
She apparently was with him when he performed Christmas Carol in Salt Lake.
Oh, really?
In 1991. Yeah.
Oh. But how was the play, Mrs.
Oh,
Lincoln?
Still the
Miss-
best theatrical performance I've ever seen.
How was the play, Miss Homewrecker?
Next up is a courtroom episode. And you guys know how we feel about a courtroom episode.
I know you love a courtroom episode.
Love a courtroom episode. Dax. Jadzia Dax is accused of a murder that her previous host, Curzon, supposedly committed. Already super in love with the philosophical aspects that this posits. So, after having a meal with Dr. Bashir, Lieutenant Dax is abducted by a group of aliens while walking back to her quarters. Dr. Bashir alerts Commander Sisko that she's been taken, and the Deep Space Nine crew is able to prevent the abductors from leaving the station. One of the abductors, Ilan Tondro, accuses Dax, the Dax symbiont, then in the body of Curzon Dax, of murdering his father, a famous military hero from whatever planet they're from. He wants to punish Jadzia for the crime. His claim is based on the fact that during a civil war, a coded message informed the opposing side of his father's location and of the people who knew the location, and Curzon was the only one without an alibi. Already kind of fascinating because who's responsible?
And this is why the trill are such a fascinating species. One of the many reasons why, I think.
And they've been doing this for so long as a society and as a species that I would have thought they already would have rules for this already
Yeah.
cut and dry.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you become the symbiote's host, then you take on any past actions that the symbiote has to answer for, or you don't. Like you would have thought
Where's
by
the
now they'd
where's the
have-
guidebook? Yeah.
Where's the guidebook exactly? They've been
Well-
doing this for centuries.
But that would be on the trill homeworld rules, right?
So you cut. So
Go there.
Well,
So-
that's fair. That's fair.
So,
But-
but this is a different species.
But you would have expected for them to at least reference that and say, on the Trill homeworld, this is what they go by, and they didn't
But
even
also-
mention it ever.
A fair point that this is a different species,
Right.
and not all species are going to adhere to another species set of rules.
Right. But
Yeah.
you'd expect still some mention of it, you know, like, oh, the Trills have dealt with this in the past, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So,
And I love that Kira steps up and stops Dax from being sent. You know, she
Little,
step-
little chihuahua on a leash.
exactly.
Kira insists that Dax cannot be extradited without arbitration hearing under Bajoran law. Ilan grudgingly agrees, as the alternative is causing a diplomatic incident for attempting to kidnap Dax from what is technically Bajoran territory. Yeah, that'd be an issue.
That is it's a really clever approach to the premise, though. That's how she's stopped, and that's why the Bajorans get involved in everything. I think it really works.
At the hearing, Sisko argues that Jadzia and Curzon are two different individuals, sparking a lengthy debate. The Arbiter suggests removing the Dax symbiont and leaving Jadzia behind, but Dr. Bashir says that neither would survive the operation.
You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't. And I thought you would know that. Do these people not? If you're bringing a crime, if you're bringing a charge against a Trill, do you not do like a little bit of research into their deal?
He's driven by revenge, Rebecca. He's not thinking.
Yeah, I guess. But also the Arbiter, I was texting Jake at the time and I was like, who is this woman? I looked her up. She's one of the lawyers in Liar Liar. That's how I recognized her.
really?
Is she just stuck playing
I don't-
legal people?
I don't remember what I recognized her from, but I absolutely recognized her as soon as
Yeah.
I saw her.
Yeah, for me,
And
it was
I-
Liar Liar.
I really do love that kind of Solomon baby approach to the
Yeah.
Just cut it in
justice
half.
Yep.
but it's not the solution like
Yeah.
it was in the other, and I appreciate that.
If I was her and I threw that out, I'd be like, okay, we're just networking. Now we know where the line is. We're just workshopping some ideas. Ilan argues that failure to punish Trill symbionts for acts committed in past lifetimes would create a perfect crime. Curiously, although her fate is uncertain, Jadzia seems complacent about the entire affair. Meanwhile,
That's what I loved about this is Dax refused to speak, which is, if you're ever investigated by the police, what you do.
not speak.
Do not talk to the cops.
Ask for a lawyer.
Get a lawyer. Do not talk to the cops. Do not do their job for them. Anyway, sorry.
Very important knowledge from TV show in space.
I've been one of my best friends is a defense lawyer. I've known him for, almost 40 years. So
Whether you find yourself on Earth or out in the far reaches of the galaxy,
exactly.
do not talk to
Do
the
not
cops.
talk to cops.
But do talk to your feisty Bajoran best friend.
Always.
Of course.
I'm
So
more than
meanwhile-
happy to.
My God, perverts.
The way
Okay.
he rubbed his hands together.
I'm sorry. They're my two favorite Star Trek women. I'm sorry.
Meanwhile, DS9 security chief Odo visits Ilan's mother, Anina. She tells him that Tandro's murder inspired his people to victory and he has since become a worldwide hero, but she is adamant that Curzon did not betray her husband. Odo discovers evidence of an affair between Curzon and Anina, giving him a motive for murder. Anina admits the affair to Odo and tells him that her husband was not the hero in the life that he was in death.
Yeah.
As the hearing resumes, Anina testifies that at the time of the murder, Curzon was in her bed. The Arbiter dismisses the case. There's a moment here where Cisco is interacting with Odo over like the TV intercom,
I know the one.
and Cisco goes, "Hey, do you have any news for me?" I wish I could remember the exact line, but Odo's like, "Nope."
It's like, not good.
Do you have news for me? Not good. Odo's like, the way he approaches conversations is so bizarre to me. I love
It's
it.
like an angry Vulcan. Is the way he
Kind
talks
of.
all the time. You know, a little bit less logic, a little more emotion, but he is a blunt object of destruction
So
with his
blunt. With just like the slightest twinge of sarcasm, but he doesn't know what sarcasm is. So
And that's why I love him and Quark talking. Every time it's a scene with him and Quark, I'm just like, yes, here we go.
Murder?
after the hearing is over, Anina talks privately with Dax of how no one must ever know that her husband had sent the coded message himself in an attempt to betray his own people, and that the rebels killed him for the favor.
Isn't it on the promenade? Aren't they walking on the promenade?
I think so.
When this information
That's-
is imparted,
You know, a
That's
very
not
public area.
really private.
not private, not at all. It's like a
They
mall.
whispered it.
Yeah.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Everything's private if you whisper it.
Yeah, you're standing in the middle of a Costco. All right.
Yeah. And then he's like, let me tell you how the world's hero is a traitor.
So the teleplay for this episode, co-written by DC Fontana. That's why it was good.
Oh yes.
And this was her only credit on Deep Space Nine and the last Star Trek script she wrote.
Really?
So
Oh,
everyone says thank you, DC Fontana, for all the good times.
thank you, DC.
And in this episode only, Dax's quarters feature a replica of the fertility idol from Raiders of the Lost Ark. It can be seen briefly on the top shelf of her glass display case
What?
when Cisco goes to plead with her for information.
How did I
The,
miss that?
Yeah, how did you miss it?
It's. I'm sure.
Of course I
that,
have.
Vosh gave it to her a week earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Probably. That would be hilarious.
Okay, so our next episode that we are just gonna rush on through because it sucks.
You didn't like this one, huh?
The Passenger. Rao Vatinka, a captured criminal, is badly burned and dies in Bashir's arms, but the criminal's captors believe that he is still alive. Literally, all I'm going to say, there's a guy, and he can travel through bodies and live in different consciousnesses, and then he possesses Bashir, and Bashir's like, I'm the bad guy now, and everyone's like, no, you're not. And then it wraps up at the end. That's literally how much I cared about this episode.
Wow.
I hate more than anything body swap episodes and amnesia stories.
Really? Wow.
Any story, any episode that says you're not acting like yourself, I want to bash my head in with a shovel because they can't figure it out just from that. Come on, brilliant
Yeah.
scientists of Starfleet.
Yeah, I
It just goes to show.
can't tell you a single thing about this episode yet.
300 years in the future, Jake, people are still complex individuals. You never know what a good day and a bad day is going to hold in store for someone.
Yeah, we're all one misstep away from the worst day of our lives.
Exactly.
I mean, it is a pretty forgettable episode. I mean, it
is.
really is. It's
Like,
you know,
it was not great,
I mean, other than Bashir doing his bad guy shtick.
which was
Oh,
terrible.
Here's
by
the
way.
piece of trivia I have for this episode because I was scraping the bottom of the barrel.
I couldn't find anything, but go ahead.
So when he originally spoke in a different voice, and accent while possessed by the alien. And after shooting, it was decided that didn't work. So he re-recorded his lines, and as a result, much of his dialogue is dubbed.
That's why he.
That's
looks,
why it looked weird.
Okay, that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And then also, however, it is generally thought by fans that the new voice and accent didn't work either. In particular, the delivery is too slow and ponderous for someone engaged in a hurried and threatening action.
That's what I was going to say. When he's in charge of the ship with the duranium, he's talking very slowly.
This is my bad guy voice.
Not in a rush at all.
You will take off the tractor beam.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so in 2016, Atlantic Classic Comics ranked this episode dead last in a ranking of all 173 episodes of Deep Space Nine.
Wow.
Really?
I don't think that laugh.
Lower
bad.
than the next one that we're gonna do?
Y'all are too hard on the next one.
I like
we'll
the
get,
next one.
We'll get
I
to
like it.
We'll get there.
I
And
like
then-
the next one.
In 2019, Screen Rant ranked this episode one of the 10 worst episodes.
Wow. Okay.
I have two additional points of trivia for this one.
Love
This
to
is
hear
the
it.
first episode where Quark does something overtly illegal.
Oh yeah,
What does
that's
he do?
true. He hired the mercenaries to steal the ship.
Oh,
You know, that whole thing.
yeah.
And Ira Stephen Bear listed among his least favorite episodes because it wasn't Deep Space Nine specific. There was nothing about this episode, in his words, that couldn't have been a Geordi episode on the Enterprise.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's absolutely
Clever.
right. Well, there we go.
Okay, well, the next episode's like that too, though.
The next episode would fit right into the original series.
Yeah.
Or next gen.
Tony,
or
can you even
whatever.
say that? Have you ever watched any more episodes of the original
I have
series?
watched 2.5 episodes.
This is going to
Okay,
take us
we'll-
8
we'll-
years.
let's get to this report as soon as we finish up with Move Along Home.
Okay, put a pin in it, Tony. Remember when
yeah.
we're done with this.
All right.
Move along home. The Wadi from the Gamma Quadrant visit DS9, thereby making first contact with the Federation. When they catch Quark cheating, they let him off by playing a special game. So Deep Space Nine makes first contact with a Gamma Quadrant species known as the Wadi. Upon arriving, they head straight for the bar. Where are the games? That's me anytime I roll
Yes,
up to like an
exactly.
escape room. I'm like, where? Take me to the puzzles.
There it is.
When the Wadi leader realizes that Quark has rigged a gambling table against them, he persuades Quark to play an honest game. Meanwhile, the station's senior officers, Sisko, Bashir, Kira, and Dax, find themselves in a bizarre labyrinth. Security Chief Odo finds them missing from the station, and he and Quark come to realize that the missing officers are part of the game Quark is playing. In the game, the officers are faced with bizarre and deadly puzzles. On the second level, they find a young girl singing a rhyme and playing a version of hopscotch. A force field prevents them from crossing the room until Dax realizes that to get through the force field, they must sing the rhyme and copy her hops and hand movements. I was yelling this entire episode.
You would be.
As a big escape room enthusiast, the second Bashir did the hopscotch without saying the rhyme, I'm shouting at my TV, you idiot. You have to say the rhyme also. Obviously.
I got to back up on Bashir too. So he starts the episode having misplaced his dress uniform.
Oh, yeah.
How much do you want to bet that it was probably another resident of the station stole it after a night of passion and kept it as a trophy, and it's somewhere on the station?
Or not even in a state of passion, but more of a, maybe if I take his dress uniform, he's gonna need a new one. Who's he gonna go to? The one town tailor.
Oh, I see
that
what you're
was
saying.
that was actually in a cut scene. Is Bashir says to Dax that he's considering having Garrick stitch him a new uniform, but he's not sure it would be appropriate for a Cardassian spy to sew Starfleet clothing.
Hey, business is business.
Yeah,
And Garrick will do anything for you, Bashir.
you would. Oh, at an extreme discount, Doctor.
Can you imagine the fittings for that?
Oh my God.
Let me get your inseam, Doctor.
So many boners. How can you accurately measure anything?
It
For
takes
that,
so long.
for that dress uniform that doesn't have pants.
But you know, you got a point about, is it good for a Cardassian spy to sew on a Starfleet uniform? Because yes, he could put listening devices or tracking devices.
I guess I didn't think
Sure.
about that. I
Yeah.
believe the best in everybody, so I just assumed the spy wouldn't put anything in the uniform.
And Rebecca, that's the real punk rock. So
Exactly.
Have you tried being a golden retriever of a person? It's really not bad. On the third level, they find themselves at a party in a room filling up with deadly gas, excuse me. Again, yelling at my TV. Drink the drink, you fools! Only by drinking the beverages can they survive. Later on the 4th level, one piece is removed from the game and then Bashir disappears. I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah.
If that happened to me in an escape room, I wouldn't know what to do. Quark is faced with a choice between a shorter, more difficult path or a longer, easier one for his remaining players. He, of course, chooses the shortcut, explaining that with risk to his players involved in every move, advancing them home as soon as possible is the wiser choice. However, the results of his next roll force him to sacrifice one of his players. Quark begs Fallow not to make him choose, but so the game chooses at random.
Please. Please. It's my Quark begging.
That's embarrassing.
That was
Imagine
good
going
Ferengi.
up to somebody and begging like this. It's insanity.
Well, how do you beg?
I don't.
Oh.
No,
On the
she does
6th and
It's the right
last
answer.
level, Cisco, Kira, and Dax are faced with scaling a mountain during an earthquake, and Dax's leg becomes stuck between two rocks. Although she tells Cisco to leave her behind, he and Kira help her cross a ledge on the rock face. They slip and fall into the abyss, only to rematerialize in Quark's along with Bashir. Quark is relieved to see all four unharmed, but Fellow points out that he has lost and explains that none of them were ever in any danger. Oh, goody. Who could have
just a
seen that
game.
coming?
It's just a game.
As Cisco is about to angrily confront Fallow over what they have experienced, Odo tells him that he would do better to talk with Quark about his attempt to cheat their guests. The Wadi quietly depart, but Quark hurries after them, sensing an opportunity to market the game. Capitalism is boundless.
I feel like we get most of our like Ferengi cultural lore just from Quark in Deep Space Nine.
Yep.
Like
He's the
that's how-
representative.
yeah.
What if they're not all that way? What if everybody's like, what if everybody else is normal and chill, but it's just Quark?
I think it's there are a few that are normal and chill, but Quark is the
He's
main
the poster boy.
poster boy. Yes.
not. Wait till you meet Brunt.
Brunt. Okay, some good news regarding this episode. In 1993, it was nominated for an Emmy Award for Best Hairstyling in a Series.
Hairstyling?
That mullet, baby.
For those crazy
I was,
sideburns and the mullet.
yeah.
Okay, so you guys hate this episode?
I liked it.
I thought it was fine. I think this episode is getting a little bit too much hate.
At the time, I remember thinking it was really dumb. I was 13, I think. I had to have been. And so I didn't like it then, and I think that first impression has stuck with me for 35 years.
Could be.
But I really enjoyed it this time
Yeah.
around.
On the rewatch, I didn't hate it as much.
Do you think, having watched season 4, episode 3 of Lower Decks, where this game makes an appearance, did that change your perception at all?
It does. I don't remember this.
It made me.
Yeah,
it made-
Rutherford gets stuck in there.
It made me really appreciate Lower Decks, is what it did.
Well,
Yeah.
and there's another episode, I don't remember which one it is. I think it's season 310, maybe? I don't remember. Where Boimler's manning a Starfleet recruitment booth, and next to him are the Wadi. And, and Boimler loses his shit, and he confronts them, and he's like, all you do is play games. Why do you play games?
I remember that scene. Okay.
At the 50th anniversary Star Trek convention in Las Vegas in 2016, fans voted this as the worst episode of DS9
Baloney.
and the 8th worst episode overall of the Star Trek franchise.
Wow.
Putting together the trivia for this, I felt bad because, like, this episode wasn't that bad. Ronald D. Moore stated that when he watched this episode prior to joining Deep Space Nine, he was wondering if everyone had lost their minds. Avery Brooks has singled this episode out as no favorite of mine. According to one of the writers, the name of the game Chula comes from Chutes and Ladders, as the maze game is a three-dimensional form of the game.
Oh, okay.
And this is actually the most important piece of the episode that we have to talk about. Cisco mentions that it has been almost 3 years since he last wore his dress uniform. When do you think the last time was?
Funeral.
His wife's funeral.
Oh,
So
wow.
kind of a big deal to be wearing his
Yeah.
dress uniform.
Yeah. Didn't think about that. Yeah. You. Ugh,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
I've got one more bit of trivia on this one that I think actually solves a question about a Next Generation episode that has
Ooh.
kind of puzzled me for a long time.
Ooh.
Birthright Part 1, where Data starts dreaming, that episode opens with Bashir in engineering there to study Data.
Yeah.
And I always wondered why the Doctor was the one that was so interested in Data and why it wasn't Dax. Well, it's because they were shooting this episode of Deep Space Nine at the same time that Birthright was being shot. And Dax was so integral to Move Along Home that the writer said, well, we'll eliminate Bashir from the game and you can have Bashir.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
But is Dax really? You could have swapped them, and I think had the same.
and
Type of
and,
episode.
and
You
what
could
a
have.
and what a missed
That's true.
opportunity for Riker to meet Dax. What?
Oh, he would have been so out of his depth with her. He's
So
got,
funny.
trying to hit on someone with 8 lifetimes of experience.
So funny that you say that, because my first reaction was, oh my God, what a missed opportunity for Data to get to know Dax. Because
Oh, that would have been interesting too.
I feel like that would have been so fascinating for Data.
But I'm just picturing Riker trying to hit on Dax. I mean, if Julian's having problem, imagine Riker is not.
Well,
he's-
when they introduced the Trill in TNG, Riker was the first one.
He
and
was
they
there.
put that
So he
symbiont
knows all
in
about
Beverly,
it.
and-
oh,
He knows
he'll-
how they work.
That'd be his opening line. He says, you're not the first Trill that I've ever met.
Ugh.
Let me tell you a story.
Let these women live. My God. So that's all the episodes we have for today.
All right.
What do you guys think? Any last comments?
Yeah, so jumping back to Dax.
Yeah, let's do it.
Curzon appears in the final 2 episodes of Lord X, an alternate universe version of him, but a version of him nonetheless, who's still alive. He's collected by Boimler's, Thomas Boimler. What is it? Whatever the other Boimler's name is.
How?
Oh, Section 31 Boimler.
Oh, so
Yeah,
he was pulled out from an alternate universe then.
From an alternate universe.
Okay, I was going to say because they toasted his remaining neural, bits and pieces. So
Yeah.
Okay.
But like Carrie said, Lower Decks is all about the best stuff from DS9. So.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
went back and I just yesterday watched that episode of Lower Decks because so great.
I can tell it's time for a rewatch of Lower Decks. Yeah,
Always, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
it is. Well, Tony.
Yeah, Tony, give us an
Dying.
update on your non-TOS journey.
apparently
Dying.
I misspoke. I checked my list here. I haven't watched any of Charlie X yet. I just couldn't tell.
So okay, so
I'm
two.
still at 2. No, that's not true. I'm at 3 because 4 years ago I watched City on the Edge of Forever. So I'm at 3.
Okay, got us there.
So you watched Man Trap,
Yeah,
and
the Cage, the
where
The
no,
Cage.
pilot.
so not Where No Man Has Gone Before.
No, that's
No, not yet.
episode 4, or I guess 3 that aired
yeah, that would-
originally.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I had another week. I thought we were going to record next Friday, so I slacked on my.
Okay, but I also saw you
so
a week
far.
ago, and that was as far as you got.
I said I
then.
slacked.
Okay, all right. Well,
You'll
I'll watch some
You'll
more.
enjoy Charlie X.
no, I don't. I want you to enjoy it, Tony. I don't want this to feel like a chore for you.
I have to watch more of it to get to the point where I enjoy it. I think it's kinda
Season
like,
2, they get a brand new theme song.
it's like Stockholm syndrome. Nobody likes being held captive at first, but eventually you begin to love it.
Rebecca, that's such an overt lie.
What?
A new theme song on season 2?
There's no
Yeah,
new
they
theme
get-
song, and
They get an updated version of the theme song. They add
Oh.
bongos.
so it's the
Oh.
same song, just a
Did I just,
re-recording.
Jake? Did I just educate you?
Yes, on that,
Well,
yes. And
we've
they
got
also, that's when they added DeForest Kelly to the title credits too, probably.
We've got a TV show in space first here. How about that?
You should know that Rebecca's lore of bongos goes deep. She knows her bongo drums.
Jack Quaid playing bongos in Oppenheimer. Also, voice of Boimler
Yeah.
in Lower Decks.
It all just ties together.
I got a bongo fact for everything. I'm like vigilante that way.
I'll tell
Ask
you,
me about bongo facts.
I am looking forward to episode 7, though, Mud's Women.
Christ.
because- First of all, I really liked the version of Harry Mudd from Discovery.
Discovery?
Yeah, Rainn Wilson's version. So
He was
I'm
great.
Curious,
Yeah.
I'm curious to see where this goes with that. But the fact that the title is Mud's Women, okay,
Yes.
let's see what that's got.
You are not. You have. Charlie X really takes you into the deep end of misogyny in the 60s.
Oh,
Like you're
boy.
not. Like you haven't even really dipped your toe yet in just
Yeah.
how bad it is for the women.
Why didn't you lead with that, Rebecca? I would have
Sorry,
watched it
I forgot to
sooner.
prey upon your misogynist tendencies.
Oh, don't worry. Mud's pretty misogynist too.
Okay,
don't worry.
good.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Charlie X is the episode where Shatner says, "Well, there's no right way to hit a woman."
Ah, I see. 300 years, and you think they'd have figured it out by then, but no.
Yeah. So next episode we're gonna do I think another 4 episodes: the Nagus, Vortex, Battle Lines, and the Storyteller. And sneak preview, I think I just hate Wallace Shawn.
No, I was gonna say you're gonna love the Grand Negus.
I think he pisses me off.
No, they give him so much scenery to chew on in that episode. Like, it is fantastic.
Well, that's just a sneak peek for the next episode. Thank you again for joining us, and until next time, a la Moraine, bitch.